You've tuned in to the Top 10 Gardener with garden expert Ken Lain. Join him daily as he answers timely garden questions that are sure to make a difference in your gardens. Now welcome your host, Ken Lain.
We're back with Lisa Watters Lain in the studio. She comes each week and just shares her garden knowledge. I want to pull all that garden knowledge out of your brain and just share it over the airwaves, stream it, podcast it, and just share it with folks so that we can. I think gardening is never completely learned. I think it's a process that we learn. That's what keeps your brain young. You keep learning more and more stuff, or they change it. Like they now have dwarf lilacs. 20 years ago when we started this thing, or 30 years ago, when we started this, they just had big lilacs.
Right.
There weren't any reblooming lilacs, weren't any dwarfs. There weren't any big butterfly bush. Now they've got dwarf repeat blooming butterfly bush. They got ground cover varieties. It's fun to see the new thing. It's like Christmas. Every spring you get to see it all over again. So welcome to the studio.
Thank you.
So what's your garden approach this week? What you going to share with folks? How are you going to enlighten us?
We're all kind of cooped up in our houses a little bit still, just because of the rain and the cold. And, we have a few nice days here and there, and it's fun to get outside and dream and plan about what you might do. But we're still kind of a little bit inside here, and we're especially in our bedrooms a lot this time of year because it's dark so early and dark so late.
It does seem like the days are shorter. They're getting longer, but they've been short.
I have starting to notice a change. But yes, you're right. We're kind of in our houses still a little bit. So when we're in our home, like our house, we run a humidifier, we run air purifiers and things just because we like to do that.
Because we work outdoors and it's allergies and all kinds of stuff.
So especially in your bedroom, it's nice to have plants in your bedroom, or if you have an office, even where you're spending a lot of time, it's nice to have those plants that actually work as air purifiers.
Yeah.
So you're doing additional work in there, kind of double duties. They create beauty and some feng shui, and they give you a sense of wellness in your room, but they can also help clean the air out of there as well.
There's some science out now. They're showing, since work from home, all that kind of stuff, they're showing that there's a productivity increase when you have multiple houseplants in the workspace in which you're working.
Right.
It's more than just clean air. It's like it's a feeling. They change the environment so you actually can focus better, feel better. So clean air for sure. It gets all that formaldehyde, all that crazy stuff that you got, those Christmas gifts you got soaked in to ship across the Pacific Ocean to get to here. Yeah. They help clean out all that benzene, all that other crazy stuff, and dust.
True. So I thought I'd talk about a few of those plants that are easy care plants, number one. But they also do a really good job of cleaning the air in your room.
And these are all the ones, we've got them at the garden center right now. So you could come in and get one of these and add it like this afternoon.
Yes. Okay. And put it in a pretty pot too.
Oh, there we go.
That will match your room. We got more pots, all kinds of colors.
It's kind of fun.
So aloe vera is actually a really good one. Now, people think of aloe vera just for, I have a sunburn or a cut, put something on it. So aloe vera is great for doing that double duty. It's great for cleaning the air. It's great to have on hand for those cuts and scrapes. And the other thing I love about it, it takes hardly any water at all.
So easy to grow.
I love plants that I don't have to go, oh my God, I gotta water it. And it's just super easy to take care of. Their light. They want a room that's somewhat brighter. It can't be a real dark spot or they'll just kind of sit there and look at you. But even if you have good lighting in your room, those east facing windows are excellent. It's just a really super easy plant.
A lot of bedrooms have so many windows. You got that slider, they got the back window, they got a bay window. Usually there's a lot of, I don't know about a guest room, but the masters for sure, they've got more. They've got plenty of light for all these things.
Perfect. Yeah. Dracaenas. Sometimes people call them corn plants, but Dracaenas is like this huge family of plants, from these big, tall, upright ones to smaller ones. They have a lot now that have kind of pink and red colors into them, so they can be very attractive. Just a super easy plant to grow. There again, it can take even a lower light room and a brighter room, so it's very versatile,
Yeah.
flexible. And it just, they don't need a lot of water either, usually about every 2 weeks or so on those guys. So I just love it when I don't have to constantly worry about them, and they just kind of take care of themselves, and they're very happy to grow. So a lot of new colors. I would definitely check those. It's not your grandmother's corn plant.
So many fun house plants anymore. It's exciting.
English ivy. So if you're looking for one to kind of drape down, maybe put it on a stand or a dresser, or they just kind of drape down. The other thing you can do with them is get a topiary form, and grow them on that form. Super fast growing, easy to grow. There again, they can take a dark room, they can take a light room. They don't care. They'll just grow wherever. But you can have fun with those and kind of put them on topiaries or let them drape down.
Ivy are one of those that are notorious for sucking out bad air, improving air quality. They take bad stuff out of the air and they pump out oxygen.
Mm-hmm.
They're famous for that. And there's some NASA science experiments and stuff they play with, but it's really good.
The one thing about an ivy is don't overwater it.
Yeah.
It's one of those plants that really just does not like to sit wet. So you do have to be a little careful.
Pull moisture out of the air. Mm-hmm. So especially a humidifier, you might not have to water an ivy because they're kind of like an orchid that way, or bromeliad.
Mm-hmm. That's true. So another one that everybody loves, it's the Martha Stewart tree. You know what I'm talking about?
Fiddle Leaf Fig. Is that
Fiddle
the one?
Leaf
Yeah, I could have said that's
everyone calls it the Martha Stewart tree. And it's a beautiful, it has a very large leaf that looks like a fiddle, hence the name Fiddle Leaf Fig. Bright green, especially if you've got a lot of space in your room, they're great to put in because they want to get big. They want to really take over. But it works because it has that great big leaf. It is tremendous at cleaning your air, purifying your air. It's just a super plant to grow. It likes moderation in all things.
Yeah.
Moderate light, moderate water, moderate temperature. So if you go too overboard on one of those things, you're not going to have a real happy plant. But hey, moderation is good practice, right?
It is moderation January, so why not?
It is. I didn't know that. Oops.
Made that up. Sure. Made up another word early. Yardner. I made that one up. So this is the show of making up words. We're going to Seuss the whole thing.
You are the king of making up words. That's for sure. Peace lily, otherwise known as spathiphyllum.
Yeah.
Another one with real big leaves to it. Likes a darker room or a lighter room. Very versatile in that way. The thing I like about a peace lily is it takes the guess out of when you need to water, because a peace lily will just go, oh my God, I need water.
Very talkative.
And then you water them and they're like, oh, okay, I'm happy again. So if you're one of those people that do I water it? Do I not water it? A peace lily will tell you when you need to water
Actually, it's a good canary. Put it out there when it starts to droop. Water all the houseplants in that room. They're probably going to need it at the same time.
Or not.
Yeah.
A moisture meter. Get a moisture meter.
There you go. Moisture meter.
That will save you
$10 tool that
so much grief.
All the stress out.
Yes, definitely. But peace lily is really pretty. They also put off a white bloom to them, which is very attractive. Philodendrons. Now, philodendrons are kind of like Dracaenas. There are a bazillion in the family, from big leaves to little leaves to draping to upright. I'm certain we have one that you will love. And I've got a lot of philodendrons in the house because they're so easy to grow.
Easy to grow, and they're exotic. So you can get them with pinks and whites and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, I've got the pink princess and I think the white knight, I think, or two that I'm actually doing really well with right now. My pink princess, I'm almost got to repot it. I got to get a new stake for it because it's one of those that needs a stake to grow up.
You know where you can get one of those?
I'll think about that.
Maybe just come to work and take one home.
Come to work. You're asking a lot. But philodendrons, definitely, there again, you can get ones that drape over, ones that grow upright, just any kind you want there. Another one is the snake plant, otherwise known as the mother-in-law's tongue. That one is super easy to grow. There again, maybe once a month you're watering it. It can take a variety of light, from hardly any light to bright light. And it, other thing, I'm talking fast, is it doesn't have leaves that drop. So you're not kind of picking up leaves. So it's very clean. And the last one is the spider plant, also known as the airplane plant.
You
Very
are out of
fun.
time, my dear. Thank you very much. The houseplants that are perfect for your bedroom. So Ken and Lisa Lain, the mountain garden. Not everyone can grow wildflowers, but we'll make sure you're not one of them.
At Watters, we know which wildflowers sprout, thrive, and bloom with success.
We're wild about wildflowers with many of our own Arizona blends.
Like our Arizona native mix, butterfly and hummingbird mixes, and all are big, bold, and beautiful.
At Watters, we know wildflowers, and winter's a season to spread new seed.
You're listening to garden expert Ken Lain, owner of Watters Garden Center in Prescott. Look for more tips, tricks, and garden shortcuts through Ken's website. Additional shows of this podcast, read his weekly garden column, or follow him on Facebook, Instagram at watersgardencenter.com. That's Watters with 2 T's, gardencenter.com.